All right, we're live. Welcome in. You are tuned into LRTV and you are watching the Real Lifestyle Morning Show. I'm Leah Renee and this is my boy Magic Juan.
Hey, though.
And our girl Tiasha Renee hopefully is on the way.
Yeah,
she should be joining us in a little bit. You'll see her in a second. But we're gonna hold it down for now. But yeah, so it's Wednesday, it's hump day. It is August 23rd, 2023. So it's back to school week for many of us. Some of the kids went back to school last week, and they all go back to school at different times, but my kids went back to school this week. So this is an exciting week for us because we got Brandon, who started middle school, and we got Bria, who started her first day of her senior year today.
Okay,
yeah, so my kids are going back to school this week, and it's been very exciting for us because these are very important years for both of them. So, and then we got the little one, of course, who we're trying to get her into some preschool.
Right.
So yeah, it's exciting time in my household.
So
what about you? What's going on with you?
My son is entering his senior year.
Yes.
Final school year, and then both my kids are be done with school. So.
Yeah. So which school does he go to?
Rogers
too? Yeah. Yeah, I thought so. Let me turn this on.
So it's a lot of free time for you parents. So.
I don't necessarily know if it's free time.
For some.
Yeah, for some it is.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if I can get this little one into preschool, then yeah, I will be able to have my days free to handle more business. So that's gonna be a plus. But yeah, so back to school. It's like now I feel like I got a weight lifted off my shoulder, because like as parents, it's like, we gotta make sure they have the supplies. We got to make sure they have the clothes. We got to make sure, everything is together. We got to make sure, So it's a busy time. And now that we got that out the way, I'm like, okay, I could breathe. And now Christmas is coming next. And that's going to come fast.
Oh, don't speak on Christmas yet.
I'm
please.
already like trying to prepare because
you better shop now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to get prepared. But my son's birthday is actually coming next. His birthday is next week on the 1st. So Virgo season started today. I learned that listening to the radio this morning. So It is now Virgo season. Leos, your season is over.
Bye-bye.
So quit trying to take over. You no longer, you have to move around now. Yeah, so it's Virgo season now. So shout out to all the Virgos. Let us know, tap in, during the show and let us know if you're a Virgo when your birthday is. We'll send you some birthday shout outs, or you could call in if you want. Our phone number is 419-290-2019.
Okay,
yep, I done learned it. Yep,
okay,
yep. 419-290-2019. So if you want to call and give some birthday shout outs, or you want to call and let us know that you're a Virgo, you know some Virgos, let us know. Holler at us.
Shout out to the Virgos. I actually said I would never date a Virgo again from some old experiences, but I'm open to Virgos. It's Virgo season, so shout out to the Virgos.
Yeah, Brandon's a Virgo, and he'll be 11 on September 1st. So I'm just like, wow, the time is surely flying. And Bria, like I said, is a senior, so she's going to be 18 in a few months. Then January, she'll be 18, and I'm just like,
Okay, man.
So yeah, it's a good time to be alive. But so Tiasha would normally be here to do our weather and traffic, but she's not here. Maybe she got caught in some traffic.
Right.
So I'm gonna give you guys the weather just so we can know what's going on for the rest of the week weather-wise. Today it's gonna be cloudy, but we are gonna get up to a high of 92. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be hot today. You definitely want to try to wear your shorts and stay
92 today.
Stay cool. Yeah, it's gonna be 92. Look, excessive heat watch. There is an excessive heat watch until 8 p.m. today.
Wow.
So no, I'm sorry, that's tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, so the excessive heat watch is Thursday. So, or maybe it goes until tomorrow. I don't know. Let's see. Let me check it out. Okay, it says there is an excessive heat watch alert in effect from 12 p.m. August 24th until 12. So that's tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow there's going to be excessive heat watch from noon till about 8. So it's going to be really, really hot tomorrow.
Get your umbrellas out.
Yes, get your umbrellas out. They're saying it's going to be dangerously hot conditions with maximum heat index values of 105 to 110 degrees possible.
What?
Yeah.
So what's the high today?
So the high today is 90, 92. We're gonna get to 92 at 5 p.m.
Any rain?
I'm not seeing any rain. No, I'm lying. I am seeing some rain. So around 11 and 12, it says we have a 50% chance of rain. So we might see some scattered showers around 11 and 12. So you might want to take your umbrella with you just because it's gonna there's gonna be some scattered showers, and then when that's done, the sun's gonna come out. It's gonna be 97 degrees. So you'll be able to use it either way. So you might want to take an umbrella with you. Definitely make sure you have your shades with you, because once the sun comes out later this afternoon after the scattered showers, it's gonna get hot. So it's gonna be sunny. There is gonna be some cloudiness, but the sun's gonna be out, and we're gonna see a high of 92. So don't let the scattered showers fool you around 11 or 12, because it's only going to be about 75 degrees at that point, and it's going to be scattered showers. So you're going to be thinking, oh my gosh, it's going to be chilly today. It's not going to be a good day. I shouldn't get my car washed, blah, blah, blah. And then the sun is going to shine again. Yet again. It's going to be 92. So I didn't see any type of accidents or anything in the in traffic on my way over. However, I did see some police officers skating around. So I was like, whoa, something was clearly going on somewhere on some part of town. You know, if you guys know what happened, tap in and let us know. Because no, but they were like, they had their lights on and they were zooming, and it was like, it was something going on. So yeah, it was something going down. Yeah. Speaking of which, I seen TBD out probably about a week ago, and I got some footage. I meant to put that in the show. I'm still trying to figure out how to get the whole videos uploaded into the show. If somebody is a good teacher at that and you want to give me a one-on-one session, let me know, because I definitely could learn a thing or two. But I took some video. They had the dogs out there on Nebraska Avenue, and they was looking for something or somebody. But it was like it was Nebraska between Westwood and Bern.
Wow.
And there was like, first of all, as I was coming down Nebraska before I got to Westwood, like around Parkside area, and the police department, it was like just a bunch of police everywhere. And then I was like, what is going on? And then I drove down a little bit further, and next thing I know, I seen some officers actually on foot with the dogs, and they were like looking through the cornstalks. And I was like, what is, it was a whole movie scene. So wow. I was out there getting some footage. Just in case, you know.
It's on your April O'Neil.
Yeah. We'll see. You know, I'll keep you guys posted on that. But yeah, I didn't see any traffic accidents though. Did you see any?
No.
No. So traffic was looking pretty good. You guys are gotta be aware of the construction though that's going on the expressways, because that's just you know, if you have a everyday commute, you already know about it. But if you're driving through Toledo and you're not normally you don't normally take this commute, there's construction going on 75, all different parts. So there's construction over there by the casino, you know, 75, you know, northbound or southbound, you know, you have to be very careful, because this, you know, it's but we did see that they have the new bridge open. So now if you're coming from, say, like the Wells Road exit, which is kind of like where Owens and all that is, if you get on 75 North and you're going back towards Toledo, they have that bridge back open now. The new, because it used to be all the traffic was on the one side, and it was just, you know, 2-lane traffic. So yeah, so the bridge is now open on going northbound. So and it's nice. It's nice and, you know, wide, and it's smooth, and, you know, it looks brand new. So yeah, so shout out to the city of Toledo and the construction crews that are working hard to, you know, get the roads together and get the highways together, get the potholes together, because I'm seeing the improvements. Oh, they made they fixed Upton Avenue between Monroe and Central. There's this one little block that was just like, that block has been like that since I was a kid. Yeah. Since I was going to McKinley, when McKinley was still there. And they finally did that. And it's so, it looks nice. It's really, they've done a lot of these like roundabouts you're seeing all over the city. So shout out to the city of Toledo for all the traffic and construction, you know, changes they're making. I think that, you know, definitely improves the city. But, okay, we're going to get into the headlines, because there's a lot going on in the headlines, and I got a lot of notes.
What's going on in the headlines?
Yeah, and since Tiaja isn't here yet, I know, because I know she had some stuff too, but I guess, because I was trying to keep mine, like, at a minimum, because I was like, oh, I know, you guys will probably have stuff too. Yeah. So, okay. It's a lot.
Hey, take notes.
Okay, so first of all, have you heard about the story about this young African American guy who works for FedEx, who basically was shot at by a white father and son duo? They were charged with attempted murder. This man, okay, so let me just give you guys some background.
Wow.
So this young man, okay, so the young man is DeMontario Gibson. He was a driver for FedEx, okay? Young man in his, don't quote me on this, but in his early 20s. He's a young guy. Working for FedEx as a driver, was just on his job, on the clock, trying to deliver some packages. This took place in Brookhaven, Mississippi.
Wow.
So it's not, again, what they say about all of this racism and stuff, that's really, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's on a whole nother level down south still.
Yes.
So anyways, this white father and son, basically saw him driving his FedEx truck trying to deliver this package. They chased him and started shooting at him. And he basically, as he tells the story, he basically, like, he saw them, like, they basically had him blocked off. Like, they parked their truck to where they were going to try to block him off and close him in and not let him get away. And they stepped out, and the son stepped out with a gun and was basically about to shoot at him, trying to tell him to stop. And he basically said he was like, I'm not gonna stop. He put his head down and he just drove through, and they were shooting, and they started shooting at him, trying to kill him.
About the guy who escaped and said he was in that racist town, and they were like trying to hunt him.
This is what they did to him. They tried to hunt him down, and so he, by the grace of God, got away, and went ahead and like called the police. Obviously reported this, went back to his job, reported this. The police got involved. That police department in Brookhaven, Mississippi, basically failed to turn over evidence, so they declared a mistrial. So this white father and son,
wow,
got away on a mistrial for this. Basically, it was a mistrial. So they're out on bond, I guess. Maybe not on bond, because like I said, it's now been because they were out on bond, but then when it went to trial, it basically was declared a mistrial. So now they're just out free, and he has been basically, this happened last year around sorry, let me get my facts. Let me just get my facts, y'all.
And this is in Mississippi?
This is in Brookhaven, Mississippi. So this happened in 2022. January 24th, 2022. Okay, so on January 24th, okay, so now this is a whole year later, okay, you gotta think. This story is just now coming to press now this year. But this happened to this young man last year, January of 2022. January 24th. So he reported it as soon as it happened, and basically he wasn't injured by the shooting, but obviously was traumatized. Like, I mean, you just escaped death basically, and I was on my job just trying to mind my business and do what I'm supposed to do, get my paycheck, and so I'm traumatized. So he's been off of work basically on workman's comp for this situation. So now it finally went to trial. They finally declared it a mistrial. So now he's even more obviously traumatized, because now you had to relive all this, and now they're basically saying these men get to go free.
And could try to come get you again.
Why FedEx done fired this man? FedEx done fired the young man now. FedEx has now fired him, basically saying that, okay, so their reason for firing him was because he did not accept a part-time non-courier job with the company in mid-July. So basically what happened is, like I said, he's been on paid leave since this happened. Mm-hmm. And basically FedEx is probably tired of paying him. And they're basically like, okay, either you can come back to work, you can take a part-time non-courier job if you feel like you're threatened. Because he's basically saying, no, I feel threatened. I'm not ready to come back yet. I'm feel threatened. I was almost killed, which rightfully so. Like, this man was almost killed on his job. Like, he's traumatized. So they're basically saying, okay, you can take this part-time job, which is a non-courier position. You're out of the public. You don't have to worry about nothing. You should be able to come back to work. So since he didn't take that position, they said that's why they're firing him.
Wow. Lawsuit. Can you smell it? Can you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Okay, so he basically has an attorney on it, obviously, and basically his attorney is Carlos Moore. He's basically representing him in the civil suit. He basically provided the Associated Press, which is where the story is coming from, with a copy of an email that he received from FedEx. So basically, in the email from FedEx terminating his employee as of July 26th, the company basically tried to say that they were terminating him because he didn't accept this part-time job, and they said that we delivered you documents and paperwork and we're sending this email, and you're terminated as of July 31st. So as of this past July 31st, just a couple weeks ago, he basically has been fired from his job after he was almost murdered on his job. So that's interesting. So we will keep you up to date on that story because I'm interested to see where this is going to go. Like, this young man, like I said, DeMontario Gibson is his name. Just a young man, trying to do the right thing, trying to work.
How old was he?
I don't think it ever said in here how old he was, but
it gotta be scary.
You can clearly tell he's a young man,
right.
And he was chased down by two white men, and they tried to gun him down, literally.
Just imagine how many people they've done that to.
Exactly.
And probably got away and buried him or just...
Oh, he's 25. He's only 25. And he's been on workman's comp ever since this happened, only getting 1/3 of his pay. And basically, now they don't want him to be on workman's comp no more. They want him to either take this part-time job, non-courier job, or come back to the full-time job.
That's all? Or yours?
Or basically, so they try to fire him. So that's a situation, and I'm just like, that's crazy. Like, how you gonna try to fire this man after he was almost murdered on his job? Like, that's just crazy. So we'll keep you guys up to date on that story. It's so much that I don't know. That's just crazy. Another person that was there was an IRS employee. So I read a story about an IRS employee who was shot during a training exercise. So basically, this IRS employee is a special agent for the IRS, and they were on site at this at a training facility. I think it was in Houston, and basically this person was shot, and they didn't give any of the details. They were basically saying they didn't have many details.
What the IRS got to do with tactical training? I thought that was like
so
taxes and stuff.
Yeah,
like
me
that.
too. I was surprised to see that too. And so basically, what it was saying was that this particular employee that was shot was a special agent. So I was like, wow, I didn't realize that the IRS has special agents. So yeah, so the FBI was investigating after the special agent with the IRS was fatally shot. So this agent was actually killed. So this agent he or she was shot and killed at a correctional facility in Phoenix. So there's a correctional facility that hosts different training exercises for different departments, different, I guess, federal departments. And the shooting happened last Thursday at the correctional facility in North Phoenix. So the agency spokeswoman, so this is the woman that, speaks for the agency, her name's Amy Arthur Westell. She said that the range was being used by multiple federal agencies at the same time. So it was the IRS and, some agents from the IRS, some people from the FBI, some different people like that. And basically she said, I'm directing all questions to the Department of Treasury's Office of Inspector General. So, and they have not responded for a comment. So basically ain't nobody trying to answer no questions. And
somebody been murdered.
Somebody been murdered on a training assignment. So at a federal agency.
Right.
So yeah, and everybody's trying to be hush hush about it. So that's a little, I thought that was a concerning story. I was like, I'm gonna have to definitely, keep my eye on that story. So there was some other stuff that I read. You got some stuff? Because I feel like I've just been going on and on.
Actually, I kind of just been stuck on that Hawaii situation. And
that's awesome that you brought that up. So what have you what new updates have you gotten on that?
They just started saying when have hurricanes started fires, especially fires that wild, how the cars was burnt, the metal was burnt stuck to the street. You know how certain houses and estates were not touched at all.
Wow.
And like they say, we covered last week how Oprah owns 1,000 acres. This landmass is only 1,600 acres, right? So Oprah owns 1,000. Mark Zuckerberg owns 110 acres. So that's
That's
1,110 acres
over 1,100 acres.
of Hawaii. You know,
And they obviously were like encouraging tourists to stay away from there, but a lot of local business owners are saying like we need those, like don't encourage the tourists not to come because
right?
we're still here, like there's still parts of Hawaii and Maui that are that aren't haven't been damaged, and they're like some of the local business owners, like for instance this particular story was about a local business owner who had a food truck. Okay. And he basically was like, he had kind of moved away from the area that had been damaged and moved into another area, but he's like, he's basically going to lose his business. He's going to go out of business if, there's nobody to come and get the food, right. And that's his livelihood, obviously, so he's like encouraging people like, please, don't urge the tourists to travel to not come here. At least just tell them to travel to other areas in Maui instead of Lahaina, because Lahaina is the area that was like really badly damaged, but they're saying that there's other parts of Maui and Hawaii that aren't damaged, and the local business owners are saying please don't stop coming, like we need your guys' business, so I was just like, man, that's sad.
They were saying like I was watching a lot of conspiracy theories about that, and they was like don't be surprised if you see a smart city coming soon. So I guess.
Well, LA, did you see what's going on in LA?
No.
So TMZ reported over the weekend, I had to check in on my cousin out in LA because TMZ reports that there was an earthquake and a hurricane in LA at the same time.
Wow.
TMZ put at the same damn time in they headline of their story. Like, this has never been seen before, never heard of, never seen of. Okay. It was a hurricane and earthquake at the same time in LA just this past week. So I text my cousin and I'm like, yo, are y'all good? Like, is everybody okay out there? Like, is this true what I'm seeing, what I'm reading in TMZ? And she was just like, girl, yeah, just keep praying for us. Like, yeah, this is crazy. So like, what in the world? Like, this is like, it's really like, I don't know.
I don't know. We've seen it in movies now.
So another thing that's going on, I don't know if you watched the news and seen that the Biden administration just passed, they basically just confirmed that they are making a commitment with South Korea and Japan. So basically the U.S. has basically become allies with South Korea and Japan because basically Russia, there's like all these other countries like
joining
Russia
together, trying to collapse the U.S. down
against us. Yeah, like there ain't nobody messing with us basically. Right. And basically in a minute our dollar is gonna be worth nothing.
Already,
and yeah, I mean it pretty much already is worth nothing. And me and my friend Katrina were talking about this over the weekend, and so that's all going down. Mm-hmm. But in the midst of this, the United States has sent all this money over to Ukraine, right?
Right.
For their war against Russia and all this. And I read a story about Haitians, right? Okay, so you have a bunch of Haitians fleeing Haiti, trying to get out of there because Haiti is being infiltrated with all these gangs, and there's all this gang violence because they're trying to take, for all this territory takeover and all of this. So there's over 2,400 Haitians that have been killed to gang violence, like here recently in the last
gang violence.
Yeah. So they're in 2021. So in 2021, their Haitian president, Jovenel Moise, however you pronounce his name, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing it. He was assassinated in 2021, and since then the country basically lost all their government control. So when that happened, all the gangs basically come in and they're all trying to basically take over the territory. So they just doing what they want to do. It's just like gung ho crazy. Like they have nothing going, no type of government control. So the gangs have come in, they're killing all types of people, raping people, kidnapping people. Like it's tragic what's going on over there. And none of the media, you don't hear any of this being talked about in the news, right?
Yeah.
You know, you hear about the Ukraine war, you hear about all this different stuff, but you don't really hear that this story that I found was like a little like sideline story down at the little, you know, I just so happen to find it and go, you know, it's down in the small print. Nobody cares. Nobody's listening. And it's 2,400 people, Haitians, innocent Haitians that have been killed. And nobody's coming to their rescue.
Right.
No one. Like, it's sad. So there's I don't mean to say no one, but there's a small amount of people trying to come to aid, and it's not enough people. So there are vigilante groups, and these vigilante groups are the people who are trying to come to aid, and because of them, they have been able to kill 350 people, which were alleged gang members, and one was even a police officer that was basically in on it, you know, crooked. Like in on a crooked police officer. Wow. So at least 2,400 Haitians have been murdered, another 900 have been injured, another 950 have been kidnapped, and no one knows where their whereabouts. The turf wars have driven a surge of refugees, severe food shortages, murders, kidnappings, and sexual violence. There's around 5,000 refugees that have fled from Port-au-Prince, Haiti. And local aid groups have basically just stopped providing services because the government has basically said we can no longer help. Like, we just can't help. So we can't stop the violence. We can't help, basically. The United Nations Security Council is basically soon going to decide whether or not they're going to go and help restore order. Like, what else do you need to decide that these people need help? I mean, I don't get it. Like, what? They have nobody coming to their aid. Nobody. And so the United States has sent, somewhere around $75 billion to Ukraine in the aid of this Russia war against, this war against Russia. $75 billion. No help to Haiti whatsoever.
But sending that money overseas.
Yeah. So,
then they let them people just live over there with no leader.
Meanwhile, yeah. But you guys, but we went into Iraq supposedly because to restore order there, but really, I don't know. I'm not even gonna get all that because when somebody will come try to kill me.
Haiti too, and Haiti is rich in a lot of. It's some things that grow in Haiti that grows nowhere else. I had read something about how the American Army have been guarding like a mountain over there because it's the minerals that it generates, something like that. You know?
Yeah.
So.
It's crazy. It's sad because it's all about the rich will allow the poor to just be killed and brutalized and just continue to get poorer and poorer so that they can just get richer and richer. And it's like, you're already rich. Why not? Just going back to like I said, meanwhile the Hawaiians in Maui, the people in Maui are all basically left for dead and people are coming out now basically wanting to know well, Oprah, you got a thousand acres worth of land. How come you can't? You could take that. You could take half of your land, 500 acres, and build housing for misplaced people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And still have half of your acreage. You know what I mean?
Then
and
that's 1,000 acres there. How many 1,000 acres you have elsewhere and elsewhere?
You get what I'm saying?
Elsewhere,
it's crazy. So I don't know. This just makes you really look at people. Kind of look sideways, I don't know. So now, like I said, Biden is now trying to side with South Korea and Japan because basically he needs somebody, I guess. And I don't know, at this point, everybody's looking at us like we're crazy. So, I don't know, we'll switch gears a little bit, because.
Move out of the United States.
I'm telling you, that's what we were talking about because it's just like me and Katrina were talking about that one day because it was just like, this is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We really could just move out of the United States. And if you know, Akon, he has a lot of land in Africa, and he's trying to do a lot. He's trying to build Africa up and trying to get African Americans over here. To understand, we can go over there really and just buy our own land and have all of our own stuff and really be in charge for our own stuff. I think we should.
But don't go over there messing up.
No, we gotta go over there and really
and live like we supposed to. Yeah. Even though we the originals here as well.
Exactly. Yep. Well, we'll switch gears a little bit, get on some lighthearted stuff. In the midst of it being still kind of warm outside, we know that summertime, spring and summer is always the seasons where people kind of try to get healthy and get their just try to eat healthier. And as we get older, we need to be eating healthier. But Post Malone, he has reported a recent weight loss of 55 pounds. So he was 240 pounds, and he basically is now 185. So I guess a lot of critics and so-called fans are coming out basically speculating, saying like, oh, he's on drugs, why has he lost all this weight? It's like, you cannot win for losing, right? Because if you're fat, then you're just fat and you're lazy and you're like, oh, I don't take care of myself. But then if I go lose some weight, now I'm doing some drugs. So he basically
or you a clone.
Right, okay. So he basically came out and basically responded and was just like, no, I'm not doing drugs. He just said one of the things that two things that he attributes this to. One, he stopped drinking pop. He said he stopped drinking soda. What? He said soda was always like a weakness for him, and he would drink a lot of soda, and he stopped drinking soda, and he started exercising. And he said because of those two things, he lost 55 pounds. He's also eating better, he said, and just trying to do better. So I don't know if you guys know, but he welcomed a baby girl with his fiance. So he has a fiance, and this young lady, whoever his fiance is, I love how their little love story is, because I don't know much about their love story, but that's what I love about it. You don't know much about their love story, and she has not been identified. So whoever this person is, she clearly doesn't have a social media, or if she does, people don't know that like this is his woman. Like they're very low key, but he does say that he has a fiance, and that and they welcomed a baby girl, and so he attributes that to his healthier living, just wanting to do better for his baby girl. And I was just like, oh, that's really dope. So I like that story. I thought that was
it lasts longer.
Keep it private. It'll last longer, and kind of it means more. When you keep it in the house for yourself, what you have. So I thought that was really dope. So I wanted to kind of talk about that for a little bit.
I did see some videos of him, and it's crazy because how we just pass judgment, because I'm like, oh, what's up with bro? Yeah. But they say the same thing. I've been seeing Kodak Black in the media a lot, videos, but it's like Kodak been reaching out for help, or he been talking about a lot of things, just babbling like what's the guy named Orlando Brown? Yeah, like Kodak Black has been on that type of level. But you never know what people going through.
Yeah, you don't. You sure don't. So speaking of people going through a lot, I guess that's where I can go into this story. Antonio Brown. This dude. Okay, so Antonio Brown, he was a former Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver. He's in legal trouble once again. Now, if you guys remember, he lost his position with the Steelers because he was accused, of some sexual assault. He had some sexual assault allegations. Now, I don't know whatever happened with that case. I don't know whether he was found guilty or not, but I do know that he was released from the team shortly after these sexual assault allegations came out. So now he's back in the headlines because he's basically in trouble again. This dude just cannot stay out of trouble. So he's basically being okay. So I don't know. I'm gonna see what you have to say about this. So he's being ordered to be arrested for unpaid child support. So it says that according to Miami-Dade County court documents, and this story is coming from MSN.com. According to Miami-Dade court documents, the ruling was made on August 9th when Brown missed $15,000 in child support payments to his ex, Wiltrice Jackson. According to TMZ, Brown can have the order purged if he pays the money, plus another $5,000 in attorney fees. Before he's taken into custody. So basically, if he pays the $15,000 in back child support plus $5,000 in attorney fees, which is $20,000, he won't have to go to jail. But if not, he's gonna have to basically go to jail and be taken into custody.
It says what happened with that situation. Once he was with the team, when you on child support, like the job have to disperse the money before you even get your money. So that probably was coming out of his payment. And then when he left the team and started doing his own business, he probably just wasn't going to do the payments. I'm pretty sure So pretty sure that's going to be resolved.
Yeah, it says this isn't the first time Brown's arrest has been issued. Back in April, he missed $30,000 in payments, but did pay the money before he was put behind jail,
Mm-hmm.
put behind bars. It's Jackson, the child's mother, also accused Brown of a domestic dispute back in 2019, where she claims he pushed her. But he wasn't never charged in that case. It says that they dated. Brown and Jackson dated at early portions of Brown's NFL career, and they have a daughter together. So yeah, that's we'll
Get
see.
it together.
I mean, yes, like you said, he's probably just had been used to the payments, being taken out, and then when you get on that, kind of now he's probably just like you said, working independently off his own name and brand.
When I was working for a job, and then I left the job or whatever, you have to go change up everything, let them know you're not working. So I kind of got behind or whatever because I was just used to them taking the money out.
Right.
But
that makes sense. That's
do it on your own recognizance. That's basically what you have to do. So same when they was taking the payments out, you need to be taking the payments there.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're gonna get caught in a situation like this where you'll look up and you'll be arrested, and they're gonna be telling you, oh, you owe $5,000-$10,000, and now you gotta sit in jail until you can get this $5,000-$10,000 paid. So, just stay up on it. Stay up on your child support stuff. It's definitely important to keep keep reports of that. Men, be smart and put yourself on child support and keep reports of your things so that you can never it can't be you always have proof. You always have a paper trail for yourself, and you can never be told that you didn't do what you were supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was a story that I thought was something else that has been trending in the news, because it's summertime and there's a lot of concerts going on, right? And some concerts are outdoors. So Snoop Dogg's concert. Snoop Dogg had a concert in Houston. Shout out to Snoop Dogg because he was here in the city a couple months or about a month or so, ago. And but he had a concert in Houston. He's clearly on tour, going all over the place. And 16 people had to be hospitalized due to heat-related illnesses. So, they just basically were saying it was hot. The temperatures were really, over 100 degrees. Yeah. Over 100 degrees.
Smoking hot in Houston.
Smoking hot. And then, literally smoking, because everybody in here is probably smoking.
Here, right?
Huh?
Tomorrow it'll be Houston here.
Yeah, it's going to be Houston here. Yeah, we're going to have Houston like weather here, Phoenix like weather here, for sure. Yeah, so another concert that saw some hospitalizations was Ed Sheeran. So Ed Sheeran had a concert in Pittsburgh back in July last month, and there was 17 hospitalizations. So it's like, I guess this is like something that's like trending with some of these summer concerts outdoors. Make sure if you guys are going to those concerts, you're taking water with you, bottled waters. I know a lot of the arenas you can take in your own water if it's not opened already. So like some of them, like you do have to call it ahead and check, but like call ahead and check and do your due diligence.
You don't think they put in vodka?
Well, no, that's why I said they can't be open. You know what I mean?
You know how to do that.
Oh, well, hey, I'm just saying,
No,
hey, if you know how to do it. I just remember, like, I worked security for arenas, and as long as it looked like it hadn't been open, we would let it go in. So, so yeah, depending on the arenas, depending on where the concert is, the security a lot of times will let you take just water, though. It has to be bottled waters. But if it's not been open. But yeah, either way, just make sure, even if you can't take them in, make sure you get in there and buy your bottled waters, stay hydrated, keep yourself hydrated, and stay safe out there at those concerts, because it ain't worth dying for now. Like, I know you love your artists and your celebrities, but goodness, I don't want to die.
We have the party Sunday here, the R&B and the
Yes, definitely. I was gonna bring that up in a Fresh Out the Mud segment. But yeah, the R&B and shout out to our girl Tiaja. She bought a table, so she's gonna definitely have a table there. I also have an event on Sunday, so I guess we can go ahead and go into the Fresh Out the Mud segment. We have the R&B jam, like he said. What do you know the times? It's 8 to 11, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking that.
I believe it's 8 to 11, and the location is right downtown, just in the, like...
Yeah, it's 30 and up, though.
30 and up.
Yeah, keep it grown.
Oh, 30 and up, yeah.
30 and up.
Yeah, was I saying that was a family-friendly event? No, maybe I was talking about my event. So, yeah, so 30 and up, strictly R&B. Is that downtown by the water?
Yeah.
Yep, downtown by the water. Come out, have a good time. I also am going to be hosting an event. So on Sunday, come out before the Strictly R&B event and come out to the James McCreary Life Enrichment fundraiser. So it's an all-white party that's going to be hosted by the James McCreary Life Enrichment Center and Greater New Psalmist Church. There's tickets being sold on Eventbrite. You can find the link on my page. There's a post with the flyer with a picture of me on it, and I have the link posted there, so you can purchase tickets there. All of the proceeds are going to the James McCreary Life Enrichment Center. So this is definitely a fundraiser. It's a fun event, but it's for a good cause. So if you would like to come out, have a good time, and you know it's family friendly, so you can bring kids out with you, have a good time, and definitely then you can still go on down to the R&B jam. So yeah, there's a lot of fun things to do. Is there anything else you know of this weekend to do?
Just party, have fun, enjoy the weekend.
Yeah, okay, so I think that was pretty much all I had to. Let me see if there's anybody else. Who else you want to shout out while we in the fresh out the mud segment?
I want to shout out the whole staff who put on for the Rossi this weekend.
Yeah.
It was a full house. Shout out all the artists who performed. Shout out the vendors. Shout out the artists. Shout out Lane Really. I didn't know Lane Really did art, and he had 3 nice pieces in there.
Oh wow, like actual like paint
art. Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that either. Okay, shout out to you, Lane.
Yeah, it's a lot of talent in the city, and I just want to shout out everybody so I won't miss nobody. So shout out everybody who doing something, and shout out to everybody who ain't doing nothing, who about to do something. So
yes, let's see. Shout out to Soul Sisters Kitchen. I shout out her a lot, but that's my girl.
Yeah.
But she's definitely doing a lot for the community, and she's trying to educate the community on, you know, again, like we said, just eating healthier, you know, feeding yourself with good foods instead of like, you know, continuing to put garbage in us. Like,
right.
You know, she
hydrate,
yeah,
H3O.
She likes to make the smoothie bowls, the fruit bowls. She makes cold pressed juices, and she makes fresh salads. So she's been promoting on her page, and I just saw I wanted to give her a shout out because I just saw a post that she had on her page for today. So she is selling smoothie bowls today, fruit bowls, cold pressed juices, and fresh salads. And you can reach her at 419-376-1996 to place your orders, or you can also call 567-260-3489. So that's 419-376-1996 or 567-260-3489. And she has all type of I mean, these look real good. You see that? Yeah. I wish I could show you guys, but she's yeah, she definitely is a great chef. Definitely is very passionate about you know, her culinary art, and she makes some great meals. So definitely hit her up. And if you are trying to juice right now and just be healthier, she definitely has some great products for you. So hit her up. Who else do I want to shout out?
Shout out everybody who had a book bag and supply
yes,
for the children.
Mm-hmm.
I seen a lot.
There was a lot of them.
Actually, I seen Rags to Riches, Nick DeBarb.
That's so funny. I was just about to shout her out.
Yeah, she had a nice event, nice turnout. B. Berry, just to give back to the community.
Yes, shout out to all of you guys.
Rags to Riches, Chosen kids and things like that. I've been watching and keep it coming. You know, let's keep supporting each other. Let's keep spreading the love and let's keep building the community.
Yes. And I want to say shout out to my boy Van Gogh. He's one of my business partners, and he is really dope with the graphic design. He did the flyer for the R&B jam. And he does flyers for a lot of people in the city. He does a lot of work for me. All of my, pretty much all my logos and all of my artwork is him. So I want to say shout out to him. But he had a new video drop called Loot that's on YouTube. So go and check that out. I featured in this video, and it was really dope. Like, it was really sweet to see.
Shout out,
like, that was like the first time I've ever been in like an actual video. Like, and I was like the, you know, his little leading lady. I played the bitter baby mama. So
what was
yeah.
you saying? What was you saying in his ear in that video?
Oh,
you were just yakking?
I was, you know. Y'all gonna have to go watch the
Shout
video.
out Van Gogh. I see them streams going up, man. Keep on pushing.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my boy Van Gogh. Make sure you guys go check out that video. Go over on YouTube and check out the loop video. Tempest Van Gogh over there on YouTube. So make sure y'all go check that out. Shout out to my boy Hero Splash. He was the videographer. He brought that to life, and he just did a really dope job. So that was a really great project, and I was really excited to be a part of it, and it was dope to see it, you know,
felt like a star
on screen. Yeah, I felt like a little superstar.
Okay. Yeah.
So shout out to him. All right, so we wanted to do the tap in section. I had said earlier to tap in about a couple different things, which I hope you guys did tap in about those different things, but we're still going to ask a question of the day. What was we talking about a second ago that you was
Okay, the question of the day was, is an $8 tip suffice for a $130 bill? So I asked Leah this. You know, me and Leah, we was chopping it up. This is something I seen on a Facebook post. Shout out to people who made that post, because I just wanted to speak on it. I see both sides. So I'm like this. I said, I look at it as a tip is a tip. Like, whatever I have extra to give you, that's a tip. But the business part of me, like, you know, I work where you receive tips and things like that, you know, so I understand, like, the, what is it, commission part of it, though? Like, it's like, a percentage.
Yeah.
The percentage of the bill. So, yes, I do understand that if I pay $130 for this meal, then I should be tipping a 5% or 3% or something like that. But like I said, I just felt like this. If I have $28 and it's a endless shrimp, and the entree costs $25 for the endless shrimp, and all I have is $28, I feel like the waitress or the waiter should be grateful for the extra $3, because I'm only coming here to eat. I'm not coming here to tip, you know. So I think sometimes people expectations of things. You know,
entitlement.
Entitlement. Yeah. I'm not entitled to give you a big tip. I only have $28, so that means I can't come eat the food that I've been craving all day because I don't have the extra to tip.
Right. And just like, you know, and I think people in the service industry need to take that in account. Like, you guys have to understand that every time you get a bad tip, it isn't necessarily because somebody was just cheap. You know what I mean? Like, just because you didn't get a great tip doesn't mean that this person is an a-hole, or they don't, you didn't deserve it, or like, maybe that person just, like you said, just didn't have enough. Like, maybe I just came in and all I had enough for was my meal, and I didn't have enough to tip you, and maybe in any other situation, I normally tip very well, and in this particular situation, I just so happen didn't have enough to tip good well. That doesn't mean that I'm a bad tipper. That doesn't mean that, you know, I'm an a-hole, and that doesn't mean that, you know, you did a bad job. That just means that I just didn't have it. You know what I'm saying?
So you go to the, hypothetically speaking, say I go to the club and my friend with me, and I'm like, he like, man, I ain't trying to go in, bro. I ain't really got it. So I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna give you 50. I give him 50. So we get to the door and they like 20 to get in. Boom. So now he down to $30. So no, real talk, because he didn't want to go out. Not that he's in a situation, but he like, I don't have no money to spend on this. So I gave him 50. Let's go in here. Boom. So they charge him 20. Now he down to $30. So when he get in here, is he supposed to go, okay, so he go buy him a double, and this double costs $20. What is he supposed to tip? Because this going to be his final drink after he tipped, though, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess, see, again, though, for me, it's just certain situations, though, like, and because I've worked in the service industry, and because I myself have had to work on tips, I am a big tipper. Mm-hmm. Even if someone doesn't necessarily give me good service, I'm still going to give them a tip. Why? Because I might be the person to make their day. Like, you just never know what people are going through.
I should be able to go to exotic club and have a drink to just watch. Like, now, like, it's
I disagree.
I know you do, but I'm saying that I should be able to do this on my lunch break. Like, okay, I want to go have a drink here, and I want to watch
a regular bar. Then
why?
Because okay, so if you would like to watch these ladies do their business,
I'm not up there on these ladies.
But you have to understand, though, like you said, I want to go in here and watch these ladies, right? These ladies.
With the bar.
Not only are no, it doesn't. Yes, because not only are these ladies not getting paid by the bar, but they're paying the bar to work there. So why would you in your mind not feel like, dang, let me tip her and
because I'm not going over there near them. I'm just going to the bar. I just want to have a drink.
No, go to a regular bar.
I know how to start a fire.
Go to a regular bar, okay? You don't want to tip these young women who are providing a service.
No, I'm a most definitely tip if I go into a dark club.
This is how I feel even about.
But I was just speaking on that on the tip level.
You know, because this is how I feel about even going out to eat. Like for me personally, right? Like I'm not about to be going out to eat. I'm not going to no club. I'm not going to different places that I can't afford to do. So if I only have $20, I'm not about.
So if the meal is $15.99, you can't go eat with $20.
Yeah, I'm gonna go somewhere probably to McDonald's or
Why
somewhere
would you
where
go
I can
there and you wanted to go eat at Red Lobster? This meal cost $15.99, and you got
or
20.
even if at Red Lobster, then I'm gonna get it to go and I'm gonna go pick it up to go.
Why do you want to sit down?
Because I'm gonna make sure I spend less than the $20.
But no, you can sit down and still.
I'm not gonna want to do that because I know I only got this $20, and for me, I'm gonna know in my head I can't pay at least. You know what I'm saying?
So you're gonna cheat yourself instead of treat yourself.
No, I still treat myself by picking up the food and going home and eating in the privacy of my own home.
But why wouldn't you dine when? Because you don't want to dine.
I don't know. That's just me personally. I'm not
saying
that's the right thing to do.
You know I know you wouldn't do that because I wouldn't do that either. But
there are situations where I literally won't go. I will not. I'm not gonna go sit down and eat if I know I ain't got enough money to pay for my food and tip.
Certain people.
And I'm not saying they're wrong for that. Hey, if you are that type of person, hey, you got the right to be that way. Me personally, because I've worked in the service industry, I know both sides of it. I've been a waitress at a restaurant. I've been a bartender.
So have you ever been to Truth?
Truth in Detroit?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what if I want to go to Truth and have some lamb chops and a drink? What comes with this after? Now I'm just asking. What comes with this?
I mean, there's many places where you can go have lamb chops.
Oh my God! Let's
and not have to worry about that, though. Is what I'm saying.
No, I shouldn't have to worry about it there.
No, you will. You.
I know I will because
you should and you will because
I'm telling you, I went to Truth with a friend one day, right? And my friend, she's a cool person or whatever. We would work together. We went up there as a group, all of us or whatever. But the servers was so interested in the woman that. Where we was drinking or whatever, and she done did a handstand and knocked over the drinks at our table or whatever. And I'm like, you see, all we came to do was eat and drink. You see the extra stuff that come with it. Do you get what I'm saying? And then it's funny because sometimes I go to a dark club, and when I was just in where was we in Atlanta? I think we had Blue Flame or something, and my dude said, man, put your money in your pocket. And I'm like, what? And he like, yeah, bro, that's why they keep walking up to you, though. They just walking up to you, dancing, they just walking up to you dancing. Yeah. And my dude, he said, look at my son, and his son just got his money in his pocket, and he just keep on and keep on. So, they hit me on to the game, because I'm like, you gonna feel generous to pass out money like that. But I do feel like if I want to go eat somewhere, all that extra don't come with it. I'm gonna keep it 50 times too, man. No. For real.
Well, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. See, if entertainer is doing all of that and she ain't been already paid to do all that, you just doing it.
But the money on the table, say you got, so we do got the money on the table. We order one.
So she's trying to do her big one so she can.
Yeah, she did a big one.
She's trying to audition. She's trying to get the casting call.
But no,
I feel you though. I feel both sides of it because at the end of the day, like I said, there are times where I have been I'm short on money or I only got so much money to go eat. But I'm gonna keep it real. I am likely the type of person that I'm gonna go and just take my shit to go if I don't got, if I know I'm only working with a certain amount of money and I know my meal is gonna come up to that amount of money that I got. I'm likely just gonna take it to go. Call in a to go order, pick my stuff up and go ahead and eat it at the crib.
I feel you though, but I'm eating right there.
But there have been times when I have been in the restaurant and then boom, I look up and I'm like, oh shoot, ooh, I only got this much. Okay, boom, then that's all you gonna get, and I'm sorry. But that doesn't mean that I was a bad tipper.
Once you pay the bill and then they take the bill, then you gotta leave when they leave. That's the secret.
Okay. But my thing though is that this is the thing now though. Have you noticed that now restaurants are just putting that on there now?
Yeah, they
now
theirs already.
It used to be a thing where you would have to have 8 or more people. They would automatically add the gratuity. Now some restaurants just flat out add the gratuity. It could be 2 people. Man, it could be you and one other person. It could be one person.
Yeah,
and you would look at your bill and have gratuity on there and you huh? Yeah, so that's the whole situation. But yeah, I feel you though, Juan, because at the end of the day, you should be. You're right. You should be able to go in and be able to get your food and not feel obligated to tip. Because at the end of the day, a tip is a tip. It's an extra tip.
We went to Ponderosa and Ryan's when we was little.
I do.
Swedish house. Guess what? After the whole family was done eating, you got the grandma or the mom gonna go in there and they gonna put on the table what they feel. It might be $5, and be grateful for that. Like it's so crazy, people.
Oh, speaking of which, so this thing that's actually happening right now that's like been trended on like social media. I read a story about this. So this waitress. Okay, so basically. People are going, there's like this trend going on, I guess, in TikTok that's called like angel tips or angel gift or something like that. And where like people are giving out these generous tips. Like one waitress had put on TikTok that she got like a $5,000 tip on like it was like a real small bill, or like another tip. Maybe it wasn't that big. I don't know. But either way, they're just like these huge tips on like little bills. So this one particular waitress, it was like the story that went viral about this particular waitress. It was this little restaurant. It was like a smaller type, family business, and this waitress, the people had left like a $500 tip or something like that, or whatever it was this large tip, and they had given her the tip, and then I guess when the card went through or whatever happened with the processing, like the payment didn't go through or something, the card didn't go through, so basically like they had cashed out the tip to the waitress, and she took her little tip. It was like I don't even remember. It was somewhere in a couple thousands, 2,000 or 3,000 maybe, or something like that. And she took her tip and went on about her business. And then like
the card got declined.
The card got declined basically.
And they want their money.
And they wanted their money back. Man. But she basically was like, no, like this was my tip. Right. Like, and at the end of the day, like no. So that was like a whole thing. So it's like this thing now. I guess it's going around, and now that has basically turned into like this fraudulent thing, because now people are taking what started off to be, it was like real, and people were really doing that, like giving these large tips, and then the scammers got a hold of that and they started using that to scam people, and it's just crazy, like, because now people are out here really scamming, trying to do any and everything.
Scamming is at an all-time high.
It's crazy. Well, we got to close out, man. Just like that, our show is already over. So it's been a good show. We hope you guys enjoyed all that. Make sure you guys tap in on the questions of the day. What do you think about the tip scenario? Do you think you should have to tip? Should you, shouldn't you? Tap in. Also tap in. Are you a Virgo? When's your birthday? We'll give you a shout out. Tap in what you think about our show. We want to hear what you guys are thinking about the show so far. What topics should we talk about? What topics do you guys not want to hear about? We want to hear from you. Good, bad, and ugly. So definitely tap in and let us know. It's hump day, so make sure you guys have a good rest of your week. We'll be back on Friday for our next show. Make sure you subscribe to LRTV Media, and also make sure you guys tune in to Table Talk that comes on Tuesdays on WAKT 106.1, and make sure you also tune in to Love My 419 that comes on Savvy Entertainment Television. So yeah, that's all I got for you. You got anything before we close out?
No, God bless you all.
All right. Oh, we didn't do our peach and pit. What's your peach and pit for this last week?
My peach was I got to perform at the Rossi alongside with a lot of other great artists.
Shout out to everybody who got to perform.
My pit is none again.
Awesome.
None.
That's awesome. My peach has been that I just feel like I just keep learning and growing and elevating more. I haven't drank liquor in 30 days.
Okay.
So and I feel the difference in me. Even my girl Tiaja says she sees the difference in me. Thank you. I appreciate it. I've also been celibate now for the last 4.5 months, so I'm just feeling healthy. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling peaceful on the inside. My relationship with God is growing, and I'm just growing and glowing. The business is growing. And sponsors. We have 2 sponsors. We have our first 2 new sponsors. So shout out to Legendary Carpet Care, and shout out to GMPC for coming on as our first 2 sponsors. If you would like to become a sponsor of the Real Lifestyle Morning Show, Table Talk, or LRTV, you can hit me up. Also, go check out our website, lrtvmedianetwork.com. And until next time, mwah.
That was dope.
Yeah.